Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the reading for the full moon in Gemini. This is the last full moon of this year. This is quite interesting, and before I continue with anything else, I just wanted to let you know this will be the last energy session that I do for the year. Reason being that the new moon is on the 26th of December, so that's the day after Christmas. And I think everybody's going to be spending some time with their families and doing other things. So I've decided that I will take a break on that day as well. The full moon is then on the 24th of January again, when I will do the next reading. I may do it a day or so before because I have a very important birthday. Not mine, but a very important birthday that day. So we'll see how that goes. But just to let you know, if any of you were wondering, that it will be the last energy session for the year tonight. Okay. Yes, so let's enjoy the last full moon. It's 12/12. It's the 12/12 energy portal. This is so important for opening up new things in our lives. This full moon in Gemini is very important as well because the focus here is on, expansion. It's on learning different things. It's on communication as well. We've got Venus and all of these other energies coming in as well, which are affecting us and sorting things out in our love lives. So those are highlighted. Maybe we're having important or not such comfortable conversations that we were supposed to have ages ago, resolving things, sorting all of this kind of thing out. But this is about assimilating everything. It's about mental absorption. It's about being creative as well. The arts and media, all of that kind of thing comes up quite importantly at the moment, and aligning ourselves with people that can help us as well, people who are in a position of power, or are people that can help us along the road, people who are influential in our lives or influential in general, authority figures that we align ourselves with, and the influence we have in our lives as well as influence that other people have, and how they can influence our lives or impact our lives positively. Okay, this is also a time of completing projects. It's also a time of closing off. It could be silly little things, like for instance, you find something that's been a project that you've been keeping in your garage for 6 years and you've never actually completed it, and this week you picked it up and decided, I'm going to do this, or you decided it's time to let this go and give it away to somebody or sell it or whatever, because I'm not going to complete that project. My interests have changed. So it's that kind of thing. It's closing little chapters, completing little things that we feel like have been hanging there all the time, that are niggly, so that we can sweep up and clean up a little bit. All right, so you may be closing off or completing old projects or beginning new projects. And this is Gemini energy. Okay, Gemini, the twins. And if you think of somebody who is a Gemini, they're very analytical people. They are mental. Okay, not mental in a bad way. They are very mind orientated and can be quite analytical, like I say. They're also adaptable people. So this is a time for adaptation to new things. It's about versatility. It's about diversity, being alert to things that are around you, being confident and saying, okay, I encourage and adapt to change. All of these kind of things are coming in. It's also about being persevering, being curious, and seeing what there is on the other side, going into the unknown. For those of you who've seen that the new Frozen movie has been released, you'll have a little chuckle at that, because that's the new song. It's not Let It Go anymore, it's now Into the Unknown, which is so appropriate. I actually went to watch that movie this evening with the girls in the family, and they really loved it, and needless to say, that song was sung all the way home. So that was really lovely, but it's so appropriate. It's so appropriate for now, because now is when we need to be enterprising and skillful and energetic and communicative and changeable and be open to all of these kinds of things. So it's really wonderful. So we can take a page from that book, so to speak. All right. So a lot of us will feel this desire to make money, to be more successful, and to unite with somebody or something, like reconnect with something that we started before, like I said. So all of this kind of energy is coming in. All right, this is the focus tonight. Go for it. Take that step into the unknown. Do something that seems a little bit frightening or uncomfortable, and don't be afraid to do that. All right, because a lot of the time we can get some really good stuff that comes from it. Okay, so without further ado, let's continue and do our reading for the evening. And I'm not going to ask any specific questions. It's going to be very much aligned with what I did last month or for New Moon, where I just said, tell us what we need to know. And I think that tonight I'm going to use the Earth Wisdom Oracle, Healing with Angels. You don't have to believe in angels to get the message, okay? Just like the crystal cards. Don't have to believe in crystals for it to give a message to you. So please bear that in mind. All right? And I'm going to use the crystal deck purely because I haven't used it in a while. And I like to give you guys something different. I was going to use Akashic Records. But let's see how it goes. I think these are enough to give us some good messages. Alright, let us start with Earth Wisdom. Let me not put those there. That doesn't help you, does it? Okay. Earth Wisdom Oracle. I'm going to keep the book handy because I do use books with oracle cards sometimes. Oracle cards are made with every card having a very specific intent that the creator intended to impart to you. So I often do read from oracle card sets. They're not the same as tarot. That's a traditional kind of way of reading. Every card in an oracle card deck is very individual to the creator of the deck. Alright, and these Earth Wisdom Oracle cards are really great because they give an association with a plant and with a stone for each one of them with a message and an affirmation. So I'm going to ask tonight for 3 cards to give us a message for this full moon in Gemini, please. What do we need to know on this full moon in Gemini, please? This time of expansion, creativity, stepping into new things. What do we need to know today? Oops. If that was 3, I would have contemplated taking it, but I'm not going to. One at a time, please. Here's the first one. We're not even going to, we're going to laugh when we look at this new card. This first card at least. What else do we need to know today, please, for the full moon in Gemini? I can see the full moon through my window. This is so lovely. What do you want to tell us tonight, full moon? Awesome. I have to show you guys, okay? Into the unknown. No kidding. Look at this person walking into the unknown, embracing what lies ahead. And the card is called Divine Light. Going into a really beautiful sacred space there. Second card is Prosperity. What did I say? You want to do better, you want to make money, you want to be more successful. And please note the full moon in the corner there of the Prosperity card. This card reminds me of Ace of Cups with the water overflowing and that saying of like, my cup runneth over, you know, full of blessings. What else do we need to know tonight, please? Dear full moon in Gemini. These are some of my full moon energy sessions going here already, if some of you are wondering. One more please for full moon in Gemini. Thank you. truth. These are such beautiful cards. A harp for me also always means inspiration. It's just a symbol that I use. And if you look in this card here as well, there's a harp here. This shows inspiration for me. Okay. This is about being at a crossroads in your life, perhaps, or stepping over some kind of threshold, literally going into another stage where you're not sure what's coming or what you're really getting yourself into, but you can see that it's positive. It's very warm, it's very welcoming, and even though you may be going it alone, or you feel like you're going it alone to quite a large extent, this is something that you feel you need to do, something that maybe you feel a calling to do, and something that's going to be very beneficial to you. I do feel that that is a very safe space that you're walking into, very sacred. There's a lot of knowledge there, and balance and peace. Very peaceful card. Let's see what the book says about it. Number 27. Okay, the plant association with this is St. John's wort. St. John's wort heals anger, it clears physical and energetic toxins and releases personal power. This is exactly what we need in these times. Garnet, I'm actually using garnet in this tray. I wish I could show you guys. I don't want to really disturb this, but there's a garnet in this tray, a really beautiful one that I'm using for the person I'm working on tonight. I'm sure it won't matter if I disturbed it to share with you guys. Okay, garnet encourages a passion for life. Physical, spiritual, mental, and emotional toxins strangle a natural joy of life. Clear the toxins in the situation to access your joy. Being joyful also grounds you in your own personal power. It reveals your passions, helps you to understand the dearest wishes of your soul and find the confidence to make them come true. The affirmation with this card says, "My joyful heart is beautiful and valuable. I embrace the natural ebbs and flows of joy and do what I can to support my joy and my passions with confidence." That's really lovely. Okay. Second one, prosperity. This is what we're after. This is what we are moving towards. Remember, I've been talking for months and months about getting out of your lack mindset where you feel like you are lacking, where you feel like you're undeserving, you don't deserve to be prosperous, you don't deserve to have. That's nonsense. And all we have to do is shift the energy, shift the belief systems, and we will connect with this prosperity. We need to move from that lack mindset into an abundance mindset. And here we are. We've got the prosperity card. The plant associated with the prosperity card is the money plant. The money plant resembles the full moon, the fullness of power, blessings, and abundance. Dendritic agate is the stone association and is known as the stone of plenitude. You can also use citrine. I just had a complete blank. Please excuse me. I'm using citrine here. Don't know if you can see it. Sometimes it's a bit more yellow or gold. Okay, you can see some of the gold color here. This is actually a beautiful one that doesn't do it justice. And it's now covered in a little bit of wax. But I'm using citrine here for prosperity for this energy session here. So, lucky us, we get to see them tonight while we're sitting here. Okay, so what is the write-up for this card? When things are challenging in terms of money and resources, the inclination is to hold tight and to grasp at what you have. But prosperity is meant to flow. Don't close yourself off from the abundance of the universe by giving into scarcity mindsets. Plant wherever seeds, oh, I'm so sorry. Plant whatever seeds you are able and receive what is given. Okay, so this is about literally planting those seeds, putting little things into place, getting them going, giving somebody your last few cents that you have on you, knowing and trusting and having faith that more will come and more does come. That's how it works. You know, the energy of money is like water. People say money is like water, and it's true. It needs to flow. When you try to dam it up, or you try to keep it yourself, or you hold onto it, you actually block that flow. And the nature of energy, the nature and the energy of money is to flow. Money is just energy, and it needs to flow. If you stagnate it, it's going to cause problems for you. It needs to flow like it is in this picture here. And more can only come in if some of it flows out. So money needs to be given away and money needs to be spent in order for more to come. And the minute you believe that there will always be enough, there always will be enough. All right. It's difficult to get there. It really is. But that's how the energy of money works. The affirmation here says, I have all that I need, including having enough to share with others. I continually encourage the flow of abundance in the world and eliminate the blocks that hoarding causes. Okay, if you've been hoarding, like I was saying, clear things out. If there's projects that needed to leave your life and you're never going to get around to them, make peace with it. Give it to somebody else who will enjoy doing it, whatever the case is. But don't allow that stuff to lie around. Don't allow it to stagnate, because it just causes stagnant energy in your own life. All right, you may have done this recently. I know of one or two people who have. Then we have the Truth card. I feel like this, what I want to say here is you need to get more in touch with who you truly are, what you truly want to do. Creativity is very important, and I say this often, but creativity is so important when wanting to connect to spirituality. Doing something like sitting and drawing or playing an instrument or singing a song, that is when we open up other parts of ourselves. That's when we're using other parts of our brains and we're connecting better. So it's vitally important that we do this kind of thing. And this is where you find your peace, and this is where you find your truth. This is where you are most honest with yourself. This is where you pick up on intuitive things, and the universe can speak to you when you're using other parts of your brain that aren't just your logical and practical side, and the side that reasons everything that comes as intuition until it no longer makes sense. All right, this is what we need to sort of guard against. Don't get an intuitive impression and then logic it to death until it doesn't make sense anymore and you've talked yourself out of it, and then regret it later and say, you know what, I should have listened to my gut instinct. This is about being truthful with ourselves, being honest, being raw, and being vulnerable. Being truthful is being vulnerable. We naturally don't want to be vulnerable. It's not something we like very much. Sorry, I don't know why. I do know why. I went to movies and I had popcorn, so I'm very thirsty. I've just realized why I'm so thirsty. So, just grabbing a sip of water. Number 25. Truth. The plant associated with this card is foxglove. Foxglove helps open the heart and express your feelings. Amazonite is the stone, and Amazonite promotes knowing and speaking the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. The wheels of society are greased with civility, which sometimes means not always speaking the truth or the whole truth. However, in this situation, you are called upon to understand your own truth and to speak it clearly. No matter how strange it may seem, your truth is the music of your brave heart. Offer it to the world. The affirmation says, I actively pursue my own truth and I value it. I have the courage to sing my own unique, divinely inspired song, knowing that it adds to the goodness of the world. Don't be afraid to pursue your talents. Don't be afraid to be yourself. Be true to yourself. Be who you are. And the people who matter in your life will love you for that. And that also sounds like a real cliche, but those are things, I don't repeat things that I haven't really experienced myself either in my life. I don't like to do that. So, speaking from experience, it really does work like that. Okay, let's see what the angel cards have got for us tonight. Clearly, I did not pre-shuffle anything this evening. Okay, so we are going to look up at the moon again, or I am on your behalf. If you're anywhere that you can, it will be a great idea. And let's ask for some guidance. See what they want to tell us. I'm going to also ask for 3 cards, one at a time. Let's see what we get. Okay, what do we need to know on this full moon in Gemini, please, tonight? How did I know? I sort of glanced at the bottom of the pack and I made sure that it didn't stay at the bottom of the pack. Enchantment. Okay, what else do we need to know, please? Okay. Listening. We've had that one a few times. Okay. What else do we need to know tonight, please? Study. Okay, this is quite interesting because remember what I said in the beginning about it may be things to do with communication, expansion, mental absorption, writing and lecturing and learning. Maybe there's something we need to learn. Maybe there's a book we need to read. Very interesting. Okay, thank you. All right. The enchantment one. This is also, just believing that there are other things other than what is very apparent in our mundane everyday lives, and believing in miracles, believing in wonderful things that can come for us, believing in that prosperity or that abundance, opening yourself up to faith and just the things that you don't deal with on an everyday basis, opening yourself up to signs from the angels and little signs around you and number synchronicities and all of those kind of things that can lead you in the right direction and lead you just to be in the right mindset even. Seeing that number can change your whole mindset for the day and keep you in that positive energy all the time. And if you are vibrating on a positive frequency all the time, you're going to attract positive, and eventually it's going to have an effect. So it's about beautiful things coming into your life, little miracles, and encouraging you to have that faith, have hope, believe in something other than what you can see around you. I always say, have faith in that which cannot be seen but nevertheless exists. That's very, very important. And that can bring serious change and miracles into your life. Let's see what the book says. Okay. Recapture your childlike sense of wonder and awe. View the world as a magical place. Remember when you were a child and how magical the world seemed? The sense of enchantment is the spirit of our own inner child. Somewhere along the way, did you lose that sense of wonder? The angels ask you to recapture your magical sense by remembering that a miraculous power surrounds you. This magical power will help you with anything, small or large. Don't worry, you are not removing angels from more important tasks when you ask for their help for everyday situations. They truly want to support you and help you so that you are free of worries. In that way, you exude the joy and the wonder of children who trust that they are taken care of. And when you are joyful, your divine light inspires everyone who sees you. Okay. Next one, listening. This is saying, please make sure that you are listening. Are you watching out for the signs and synchronicities? Are you asking for signs and then not really paying attention? We often do that. Oh God, please give me a sign, or, universe, give me a sign, depending on what your belief system is. I really need a sign today. I'm really battling. And they give you signs, but you're so absorbed in what you're doing, or you are so preoccupied with your day, or we're so busy wallowing in our own self-pity about how bad we feel and convincing ourselves that we don't have guides and guardians and there's nobody looking out for us and everyone just doesn't care. And when you get yourself into that mindset, you need to be cognizant of the things around you. You need to be aware, you need to listen, you need to watch, you need to see. Open yourself up to that. Okay, let's see what it says in the book. You are in communication, and remember, communication is a big thing right now, hey? You are in communication with your angels, and the messages that you're receiving are very real indeed. Please trust them. This card is a validation from them that you really are hearing them. You've been receiving repetitive messages through your feelings, dreams, visions, inner voice, and your knowingness. Are you listening and trusting these messages? Are you following them? If you get an inclination to call someone, go somewhere, or read something, it's important to follow this guidance. By drawing this card, your angels ask you to give all your doubts or your worries about divine guidance to them. Know that you truly are communicating with heaven and enjoy the conversations. Okay, whether you believe in heaven or not, remember I said the essence of the message is there. Whatever you call it, wherever it comes from, whatever your belief system is, your spiritual or religious persuasions, there is a message there. Please note that it spoke about learning, and the next card is study. Maybe you need to read a book, maybe you need to learn something, it said. And the next card is about study. This is about blessings coming through the information that you receive, all right? It's about, I feel that something could be illuminated or revealed that you've been looking for, information you've been looking for perhaps, something that you thought you wouldn't get or that you've been struggling to find out. If you get an inclination to pick up a book or open a book in a random spot, maybe that's all the information that you need. Go ahead and do it and see what comes up for you. Maybe that you just need to read one line, one passage, and it's going to solve the problem or give you the idea and remove that writer's block or that stagnation that you feel. Okay, let's read study. You are encouraged in learning and study right now. Your angels guide you to take time to read, listen, and grow. Please note, listening mentions study and study mentions listening. This is very important, guys. Okay. It's important that you take time to read, listen, and grow. This card validates that this is an important time for you to learn new ideas and new skills. Perhaps you feel guided to enroll in a class, and this card confirms that feeling. I really apologize, I'm bad at reading tonight. If you're currently attending school, the angels ask you to continue. Sometimes when we're in a learning phase of our lives, we become anxious to test our new knowledge. Instead of learning, we want to apply what we've learned. However, timing is everything, and this card guides you not to rush into action. Instead, enjoy the process of learning. The growth that accompanies an educational experience is enjoyable if we remind ourselves to stay focused on the here and now moment. Okay. All right, thank you. And finally, we're going to do some crystal cards. I'm sure you're all surprised that I'm not pulling out my Spirit Oracle. I just decided tonight's a night for something different. Need just some of these that aren't actual reading cards. And please bear with me because these cards are enormous, like I can hardly hold them, okay? That's how big they are. They stretch my hand to capacity. And I've got pretty long fingers, so it doesn't make it too easy. Let's do this. Much better. Okay, I just want to remind you guys that I also have this serious electricity problem at the moment. Johannesburg and South Africa in general are struggling with electricity issues. I'm just doing a shuffle now. So I may not be available if we have a serious long power outage. We had one today of 12 hours. That means I have no Wi-Fi, I have no power, so I have no communication. So if you've booked a reading with me or anything like that, I haven't got any energy sessions that are going to be outstanding. They will all be done tonight. I may not be able to photograph and film all of them, but they will be done tonight, irrespective, okay? Know that your energy session has been done, and if I am not able to send your reading through to you, please know that I will do it as soon as I have open communication again. All right. Okay, so let's get focused back on this. Full moon in Gemini. Please give us the cards that we need this evening, one at a time. We're asking for 3 cards for the best crystal associations. What do we need to know tonight, please? Whoa. Not bad. Let me fix this quickly. Okay. We've got 2 cards here, however, that I really think I need to have and I need to keep and use and read. So we will just need one more. Thank you. One more for tonight, please. What else do we need to know? Okay, I'm taking those 3. Like I say, I don't usually take 2 at a time, but I feel those were very important and wanted to be noticed, so there we go. Alright, so the first one we've got is magnesite. Apparently easily available. It's a catalyst, resistant, and the other keyword is peace. That's interesting. Those 3 don't all almost seem to fit together, do they? Okay, so it says at the top, the color is a yellow, brown, white, or grey. It appears chalky and marbled, comes in all sizes, and is easily obtained. catalyst, resistant, and peace. All right, it says, the strong and steady energies of the stone bring a sense of peace and centeredness. It facilitates the development of selfless love, where one can stand steadily in the knowledge of one's own worth and worthiness and allow others to develop in their own way and at their own pace. It works closely with an anahata, the heart chakra, and helps raise the energy of love to even higher levels. Okay, this is exactly why these two popped out together, because the other one is rose quartz. Rose quartz is also associated with the heart chakra, very easily obtainable, and it's associated with unconditional love, peace as well. This also says peace, romantic love, trust, and harmony. So these two are really meant to be together, magnesite and rose quartz, okay? So it's associated with the heart chakra and helps raise the energy of love to even higher levels. It's a catalyst for change. Within the self, it helps us recognize areas where we need to change with clarity and honesty. Clarity and honesty is truth, isn't it? And I was talking about being honest with ourselves. Okay. I'm going to put rose quartz down for a sec while I read this. All right, so it helps us recognize areas where we need to change with clarity and honesty. Externally, it brings truth to the surface and exposes deceit and deception in all forms. Working deeply in meditation, it encourages harmony and mental balance. It's particularly restorative for stressed out or nervous people, guiding them to a state of peace. It helps with all nervous disorders. Its high magnesium content means it's useful with any disorder or disease relating to the digestive system and the elimination of toxins. Consequently, it is also useful with the weight and cholesterol problems. It helps with teeth, bones, and muscles, and in releasing any types of calcification in the body. Drawing this card signifies a need to look carefully at your motivations. Are you standing strongly in your own space, or are you allowing yourself to be affected and influenced by the problems of others? No one can tell me these cards aren't good. Okay, so rose quartz, its little buddy over here, says, this stone is linked to the heart chakra, and as such works with all matters relating to love and healing of the heart. It's particularly associated with unconditional love, where we seek to offer love to others without expectation of return. In this sense, it is a stone which helps us connect to the divine power of love. By learning to love ourselves and healing past wounds, we become able to love others and to receive love in return. In this way, it's also a stone representing romantic love, which I did say also comes up now, hey, relationships. As we become open to the attracting properties of this stone to bring more love into our lives. Rose quartz replaces negative energies with love and releases emotions and pain. It will enhance unconditional love and harmony in relationships while working to heal past wounds. It is said to strengthen the heart, chest, and lungs by working with the heart and thymus gland. Rose quartz strengthens the immune system and releases impurities from the body. It works with strengthening the kidneys and adrenals, enhances fertility, and is helpful for disease of the mind. It's also good for burns and your complexion. Drawing this card signifies that love will soon enter your life, either as a romantic gift or in a way in which will help to heal past wounds and move on. Isn't that lovely? Don't we all need some of that? And then we have tourmaline. I love tourmaline. Tourmaline comes in all different colors. It is so beautiful once it's polished and put into jewelry. I used to be in the jewelry industry, and the tourmalines were just some of my favorites. Okay, and it says it's unity, love, and protection. Here we have love again, like the rose quartz. Okay, tourmaline. The love energies are most often realized through their expression. Tourmaline helps to overcome grief, sorrow, and other traumatic memories. It encourages unity of the male and female energies to bring about balance and steadiness. Balancing the yin and yang. Tourmaline works strongly with the meridians of the body as well as the chakras. At a mental level, it assists in balancing of the hemispheres of the brain to enable us to transcend the mundane and to achieve unity with the cosmos. It's especially useful for shamanic and trance work. This is what I was saying about the creativity here as well, guys. So this card's super important as well. The creativity helps you to use the parts of your brain that will open up that kind of thing, that open up when you do meditation and all of that. Okay? Tourmaline's protective nature helps ground spiritual practice, cleanses and purifies the auric field, and aligns the chakras. It encourages journeys into the self to bring deeper understanding of your connection with the whole. It's good at opening us to the cycle of nature. It brings a clear sense of understanding, colored with the energy of universal love. Tourmaline encourages and stimulates the energy flows in and around the body to promote overall healing. Good for calming nervous tension and releasing stress. Very useful when working with psychosomatic manifestations or imbalances and disease. Drawing this card indicates it's time to move towards unity with all things. Connect with nature and let the eternal cycles of life bring you into balance and wisdom. Okay, guys, I think the message is very clear. We now are moving towards more peaceful times. I'm not picking up any hectic adversity. I'm picking up abundance, divine light, moving into something new, all these beautiful new opportunities, stepping over a threshold into something new in your life because you're being honest with yourself. We've been working on this for a very long time, and it's beautiful to see all of these things. You are still getting signs and synchronicities, numbers, feathers, whatever it is that happens for you. You need your faith and your trust in the universe and the fact that all things are working for the greater good, even if they don't seem to be working out for you right now. All right, please remain positive, remain yourself, keeping yourself in that positive frame of mind. Don't allow your energies to dip. Don't allow for that negativity to take over. Keep the vibe high. If you can't do it yourself, surround yourself with people who can lift your mood a little bit. Okay, don't drag others down and don't wallow in your own self-pity like I was saying earlier. All right, I wish you all a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Many blessings to you and a lovely week ahead further. And I will chat to you again soon. Much love. Take care. Bye-bye.